Here we go. Must be the wife. Yep. Yep, I know. I was waiting for that to go away. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting. Today's date is Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. Could all of you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Do we have any citizens' input about anything on the agenda tonight? There being none, we have the pleasure of having a swearing-in ceremony from the police department. We have a new officer coming on board. Rob?
Sorry about that, my son is always late. So I want to thank the Board of Selectmen. I want to thank the Town Administrator, Paula, for voting in for us to hire Greg. I just want to say a little about Greg before we get to the swearing in. He's a 30-year firefighter in Saugus. Just an amazing guy, served this country, was deployed 12 times, 6 battle deployments. He's a Navy Corpsman medic attached to a Marine platoon through those battles. I just think that he is going to be an integral part of this team. You know, just he'll fit in great with us, wants to serve the community, and that's the type of guy we want here. So, without further ado, here we go.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
Gregory Sinelli,
solemnly swear that I will faithfully
solemnly swear that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
and perform all the duties
and perform all the duties
incumbent on me as a police officer,
incumbent on me as a police officer,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
agreeable to the rules and regulations
agreeable to the rules and regulations
of the Constitution and laws of the state of New Hampshire.
of the Constitution and laws of the state of New Hampshire.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Gregory Sinelli,
I, Gregory Sinelli,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to
and will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
that will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New Hampshire,
and the Constitution of the state of New Hampshire,
that I will oppose the overthrow
that I will oppose the overthrow
of the government of the United States of America
of the government of the United States of America,
or of this state by force,
or of the state by force,
violence, or by any illegal or unconstitutional method,
or unconstitutional method,
and that I will fairly and equitably execute and enforce
and that I will fairly and equitably enforce and execute
the laws thereof
the laws thereof,
with the extent of my authority and jurisdiction.
to the extent of my authority and jurisdiction.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Gregory Sinelli,
I, Gregory Sinelli,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all of the duties
that I will fairly and impartially perform the discharge of the duties
incumbent on me as a police officer
incumbent on me as a police officer
for the Newton Police Department,
for the Newton Police Department,
and I will abide by
and that I will abide by
and enforce all applicable
and enforce all applicable
ordinances of the town of Newton,
ordinances of the town of Newton,
and I will obey and be bound
and I will obey and be bound
by such rules
by such rules
and regulations as now
and regulations as such now,
or may be
or may be
from time to time
established for the government
of the Newton Police Department.
of the Newton Police Department.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And then after, if he does say a few words, there's like refreshments in the back for everyone to enjoy.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that came here today. My family, my friends, some of my friends that became family. Chief, I don't know what to say, like an amazing leader, an amazing human being. I'm truly blessed to have, to be able to work with this gentleman. I've known him for the better part of 30 years, and I can tell you, I'm just amazed by the crew of officers that he has brought together for this town. Unbelievable human beings. Sergeant Roundsey and Christian, Brandon, my FTOs, everyone's just been amazing to me. Incredible people. When you work in other municipalities or you work in other states and you see how other people do it, and you see what they bring to the table compared to what you have in such a small community, you should feel very safe at night knowing that the people that you have representing you on the streets at night, they're amazing people, and I'm grateful just to have the opportunity to represent them. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we will take a small break. Everybody, please enjoy the refreshments in the back table. Jamie, shut it off for a couple minutes. There we go.
What? Yeah. Go to more. Click more so I can see it. Click more.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take some.
We're trying to figure out how to
I just don't want to
pause the Zoom. Check video.
What are you guys breaking down?
But they'll get the voice. No, no, they can. Because it's Jamie. Well, let me ask Jamie.
All right. We'll get a cookie.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, I went for the one.
I know, I couldn't help it. Hey, Mike. Everything's vegan. Help yourself. Everything. Huh? No. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Did you help pick them out? Or just mommy? Yeah. My kids got new shoes too for school.
What school?
Get a nice squad.
We have a great school.
Is he kindergarten? What is he? Preschool? He is. Oh, so preschool probably won't start until after my daughter's a sophomore. She starts next week.
important guy right here in the front.
We'll do one with, yeah.
You could just take a step back instead of bending over. Like, you think you're gonna fall.
Even out the strength. We're leaning too much.
Michael. Three? Ah.
Not this melody.
Where's the blue line? Yeah. My front left. Alright, so let's go here. Yeah, his little brother. He just turned 9. We're going through a wicked sleep every night. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
password for the computer, it doesn't do anything else. My email still says the old password.
It does, which is fine. I know you have to do that, but I did that the last time and it wasn't taken.
Dan,
I'm gonna have to try to figure out. Paula, where should I go to try to reset the password? What'd you say?
When you're in the login page, like, go to like.
It's this one.
go back on the road.
So here,
Let's Comcast.
CBA.
So,
Huh? What announcement? I know, I had a nice caramel with chocolate on it. Milk would have been ideal to dunk it in.
Yes.
there was a way
So if you log out, this is your log out way. That shut the app down. You're out of it.
So if you click it again though, doesn't it go in? Yeah, it automatically goes back in.
No, that was my wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It does. So.
This is one of her spots. She's in it for a while. She doesn't.
No, I have the devil's reserved.
Like, I know how to do it, I just don't.
I only
She has to log out of this.
I have one. It's reserved. It was only,
I don't know how.
the only time I actually had the gavel was for the cell tower people. That's when I had it out on the table, ready to go.
Is that CBA?
Yeah, I have an old CBA. I've been a CBA for years.
You still have it on there?
It's labeled that.
Oh,
I
okay.
just had it transferred to this.
And then you now log out at the bottom.
Bringing it right in.
Hit your person. That little person. That's so weird. All now.
That means both accounts.
Yeah, let me look at mine.
Okay.
Ready? You want to just make the announcement, team?
All right, we're gonna call the meeting back to order, please.
Well, that was a party buzz. Thank you, guys.
They say that about me, I'm a party killer. They say that about me, I'm a party killer.
Yeah. All good.
Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna move on to approvals. I believe Dan is gonna take care of the next one.
Yep, it looks like the Newton Fire Department needs some more gear. And so I'm gonna move to authorize purchase order 202568 made payable to Firematic Supply Company for fire gear in the amount of $3,940. Funds to be paid from line item 4220318.
Second.
Motion made by Dan, seconded by the only Joe here tonight. All in favor? Aye. The timber tax.
I move to authorize the tax collector to collect the timber yield tax levy in the amount of $881.80 for tax map 3-1-12.
Seconded by Dan. All those in favor? Aye. Next. Mrs. Mahoney, you wanted to talk about the survey quote?
This is working. I don't know if this is working, but I'll try. I needed to get a quote to have SEC or any surveyor survey tax map 1115-1. And the cost of that is $3,600.
How much?
$3,600.
So, do we need a motion?
Well, no. So that was, we needed the quote
Yep,
to have it surveyed. Then we'll go into discussions
right.
with the person that wants the easement,
Yep.
right? So we needed that number first,
Then talk to,
and then we'll have to have a meeting and bring the owner that wants the easement to have that discussion whether or not that's gonna go forward or not. So, but we had to have that number first, right? So we have that number, so I would suggest putting it on a future agenda to invite him here, and then we'll just have the discussion.
Can we give permission for the TA to have that discussion and then give us a summary?
Yeah.
Prior to?
Yes, because it's really, it's just a discussion, right? And if he wants to come in front of the board and have that discussion, he can decide to do that, but we can have the TA do it on our behalf.
I would do that, so that.
do you want to have Mike involved in that?
Huh?
Do you want to have Mike maybe involved in that conversation?
Mike can possibly be involved in that
Mike,
conversation.
if you want Mike as a resource, that's fine, but I don't think they need to come.
It's not a resource, it's part of negotiations. Did you watch the last meeting or were you here?
No, I was on vacation. I haven't gone back to it.
Okay. There was talk about the easement, and in exchange for granting this easement and paying for this, possibly getting another piece of property that this gentleman owns.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yep.
that's part of the negotiation. So I guess it would be beneficial to have Mike and Paula have that discussion, and then Paula can bring it back to us if we need to talk to him, or if we're good to go. If they agree, then we can send it off to the lawyers, have it all drawn up, and then we'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's fine. I'm good with that. If
So
the
do we
board's
need
good with
a
that.
motion for that?
To allow Paula to enter into negotiations? Sure.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to allow the town administrator to enter into negotiations with this resident.
Second.
Concerning tax map 11-15-1.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, motion by Joe, seconded by Dan. All in favor? Aye. That would be unanimous. Consent agenda?
I move to accept the consent agenda as written.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan. All in favor? Aye. Action items, announcement.
Before you do that, can I have Mike come up and just give us a brief synopsis of where we're at with New Boston and
Certainly.
Dugway and all that stuff? Just so we know where we're at, and so the residents, if they happen to look, they know that
Yeah.
we're on top of things, right? So,
Yeah, so real briefly, we're done with our paving schedule for this year. Paving's all done.
okay.
We still have shoulders to do, some driveway tie-ins to do, some loom, some seed, miscellaneous, shoulder work.
Yep.
Dugway is, for the most part, almost all done. I want New Boston to cool down a little bit more before I go back out there with shoulder machines, and
Sure.
we don't want to mark it up. So that'll start maybe the end of this week into the following week. We should be done with all of that work within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, fantastic.
And that wraps up paving for this season.
Do you know, because I know you talk to them often, what their next step and phase is for the four-way stop?
Yeah.
And when, are they waiting till next year to actually do it, or is that coming before the fall?
No, and I think it was the state's fair and the contractor's fair, and even my fair, that the holdup was going to be Comcast and communication.
Right.
Unitil did a good job. They brought in their subcontractors. They did all their wire relocating. Actually did a great job for me down on New Boston Road. I mean, it was, 20 months in advance you put requests in for that, but they were right on target when I needed to do the work.
Sure.
What's holding them up now, and the contractor can't come in, and they're hoping, their plan and schedule was to come back in before the winter and reline that intersection. It won't be done. That probably won't be done until July of next year, like complete done. They've got drainage to do, culverts to do, but it's the utility work that's completely stopped them dead.
Okay.
And I don't see anybody out there remotely looking at the comm lines yet.
I agree.
So we're at a standstill.
Okay.
And I know that contractors, because I've talked to the super, they really want to get back in and finish up their stuff this season.
Okay.
The one other thing that I want to bring up while we're here is because the new state laws and ordinances about making these roadways, like Michael did on New Boston Road, how it needs to come to a straight 90-degree turn. So we're getting rid of that, and then over by Peasley, crossing the same way that you did that. I want us to discuss with conservation about maybe having them pay for some plants, some shrubberies to fill in those dead spots so that it will alleviate any possibility for the traffic flow, and it will direct the traffic to go the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, well, both locations on Wentworth and over here in New Boston.
Right.
New Boston even more importantly, because there's a lot of guidelines that come down off that utility
Right.
pole now. I'm putting a row of boulders in there. You aren't gonna get through there.
Okay,
And it's probably gonna be the same thing down in Wentworth. I should have done Wentworth last year, but we just ran out of time and money.
right. I was just thinking that if we could come up, it wouldn't, I don't think it would be that costly to come out of conservation. It would be more aesthetic instead of having boulders there.
Well, I will tell you right up front, plants and shrubs won't stop cars.
Well, no, I meant like, trees, whatever.
Oh,
that
yeah,
could
you
be
put a tree in there, that's
planted.
fine.
That's
But-
what I mean.
And we'll have more of a discussion with that, but both locations become snow storage for us.
Right,
So you can't do a real elaborate beautification
right.
because those 12-foot plows are gonna just create havoc on that during the winter.
Right, but I think,
Do something, there's
Right.
probably some combination of things we can do to make it look nice and be functional and make sure that traffic doesn't cut through there.
exactly.
Yeah, no doubt, yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Thank you, Mike.
okay.
Thanks, Mike.
That it, guys?
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Go ahead, Joe.
No hazardous waste.
Any announcements?
I have two things to update, that came the end of the day today. So the first one is the fire chief came in and you had approved to have their alarm system from Beltronics a few weeks ago to get updated.
Right, to
So
wake
they
them up.
started doing that, and they found out they need a bigger amplifier. And so they got a quote, and now it's being held up. They got a quote for an additional $3,111 over and above the $4,876 and $1,571.
That was already approved.
So we don't know where that will come from.
So the original was 4,800,
Yeah,
and they need a larger amplifier.
Single amplifier.
4-channel power amplifier.
And the amplifier is 3/4 of the original job.
How did that not get picked up? Like, the dollars aren't big, but the percentages.
Yeah.
Does the original quote have an amplifier in it? Did they purchase a small one?
I think they were gonna try to use whatever was there, and I guess from what he said, it wasn't
Can we
big enough.
bring the chief in to talk to him?
So, he dropped this off today with me. So I'll talk to him about that later. My other update was Irving, you know how right at 450, I got the contracts, they set a price. So last year for oil, we paid $267, and for propane, $149. This year, it's going to be $244 for oil and $133 for propane, and I signed the contracts and sent them back, because it had to be by midnight tonight.
Perfect.
That's good.
How much was gas, propane?
It was $149, now it's $133.
Well, I'll be talking to my propane guy.
Mike, you can't jump on the contract, buddy. I'm sorry.
I know people that can just plumb right in.
So those were my updates.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
There was one from Rec, from what I understand, about the dinner being canceled.
Oh, yes, well, we just voted to not have a senior barbecue this year.
Okay.
It
Just
just
so-
happened to be on the same day that the budget hearing, and almost everybody in town's going to a budget that
Right.
workshop, so it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Just so everybody's aware of that.
Do we want to,
Hazardous, Household Hazardous Waste Day is scheduled for October 5th. It's going to be for 4 hours, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So that's a Sunday. So anybody that goes to church will have time to come down there after church to be able to get rid of their hazardous waste, so that everybody will be able to take advantage of that. Peter at the transfer station has been kind enough to stay on till through the first week of September to help us out with some business, so that Steve can pick up all the information that he needs to attain to be able to get a lot of the paperwork processed and put in that's required for the transfer station. So he's going to be teaching him a bunch of stuff, which is good. And then our worker, we're still waiting on him. Unfortunately, he couldn't start right away, so that'll give him an opportunity to be able to come in too, which will help out work-wise for the crews during the week and the weekend. Is there anything else?
Old Home Day?
Old Home Day, anything on that? September 13th?
September 13th. We're having some issues with that. They canceled, we've lost most of the food vendors.
Yeah, I'm working, I got a call from Joe. I'm working to,
Knights.
the Knights Columbus.
Yeah,
I should know this week if they've got some other obligations, but if I can get enough guys, and if I need to man the stove, whatever we're calling it, the barbecue, I can help them out as a night myself.
okay.
So I'm trying to get that going for us.
Yeah, we lost both of our food vendors with the,
Is there a reason?
so, was the,
Lions?
yes, the Lions are understaffed, couldn't have it. And then the same thing with Flacco's. He's actually closed his restaurant 2 days a week now because he's having staffing issues. So both of them, it's just because of staff.
And we don't generate enough people for some of these other vendors. It's not enough traffic.
Like Rico's.
Yeah,
And
they
he's always,
all ask how many people, or we showed up one year and there wasn't enough people
Right.
to do anything.
so we are working on trying to get another one, but I don't think they're gonna pan out either.
And
then
I
if
spoke
maybe-
with the rec director today, and she is calling a few food trucks / that are also restaurants.
Right.
So,
I think Hampstead's doing a festival that's doing like Hampstead Eats or something.
Yeah.
And there was a food, she was gonna try to reach out and see
she's
if she
gonna
can
call
find some of those.
Lexi's.
Lexi's doesn't, they cater, so we have to pay, I already tried Lexi's.
It's
It's like $50 a person.
for the food truck.
Yeah,
And Foolproof, I think it's called, pizza. So they do wood fire pizza. There's a bakery and Las Olas.
Well,
I
if they,
tried a Sicilian chef.
That's who
if the
she's
Lions
calling.
Club needs, I mean, some of us could probably volunteer to help out when they're there.
Yeah, if we could,
If,
I'm gonna be talking to Peter over there.
Yep.
Who heads it up for the Knights. I'll circle back with you, but if we could get a couple people the nice thing is they have their own grills, they have the whole setup.
That's what I mean.
So,
is it Peter Richards?
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because I
know him as well.
volunteered to work the grill and whatever.
Shocked, yes.
I was gonna say, if they can't or something like that, like I'm willing to cook, like we can try to figure this out ourselves, if we have to.
That's the other thing I was thinking of, is if we had to, then you and I, like, we're not shortage of trucks here.
Right.
We could get their grills from them.
We could do it if we have to. I'm saying,
They got the big wide
no,
grills.
and I get that, but if we have to, I think we could do it ourselves if we had to.
Yep.
Burgers, hot dogs, sausage.
Oh, I was thinking steak tips.
I know what you were thinking. And lobster tails, yeah, I know what you're thinking. I'm just saying if we have to. If we can't get any food trucks and we can't get the lines or whatever, if we have to, I'm willing to go and cook. Like, I am willing to do that.
Then I guess you have to look at the others, like, do we charge for that now or do we not
Oh,
charge?
no, we're charging. It's Old Home Day.
Right.
Like, you have to pay for all the food. This
Right.
isn't just like hamburgers and hot dogs for like the town. When we do our town barbecue, that's a resident thing. This is Old Home Day. There's a lot of other people that would be coming to this that aren't just residents. So I think that we would just do it, and we would do it to try to cover our costs. That, you know, we can do this. It's doable. You know, you can ask the Lions and any other town what they charge and how much they cost, where they get
Right.
their, you know, food and stuff like that, and they'll tell you. They don't, you know.
They go to the market basket or shops. That's all it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Right.
So, I guess we need a date, though, that we're gonna need to know whether or not we're gonna have to do this or not. Because you're gonna need people to work.
I would say by our next meeting.
You'll have a definitive, just because you're gonna need people to work, you're gonna need people on
I would
cash
say
and stuff like that.
If it's not an outside vendor, right, we need a commitment from an outside vendor. Like, time is not gonna be our friend.
Right.
I would say sometime next week, we got to set a date, and if not, then we have to go to planning.
We're just gonna assume we're gonna do it.
Correct.
Let you try to source the grills, then we'll start talking,
Yep.
sourcing the food. We'll have some signs made up and stuff, like decide on how much we're gonna charge and stuff like that. That way, it's just, I don't want it to not have food, right? That's a big draw.
Yep, exactly.
So,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Kids like the hot dogs and hamburgers and walk around.
Exactly.
I get it, yeah.
so,
Listen, and I'm willing to suffer the wrath of my wife because that's my anniversary, the 13th. So I am volunteering to cook if need be.
that guy back right there will be behind the grill if we need him to be.
You're gonna be involved in the dunk tank, right?
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah. Jess was supposed to be reaching out to you to ask you about that.
We actually already got it ordered, so it's coming.
Okay.
And I'm the process of trying to get a canine demonstration from state police.
Sure.
Nice.
Cool.
My first time ever seeing what these dogs do, that is phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other announcements?
No.
I have one more. I was away on vacation the other week, and when I came home, I put on the ZBA meeting on YouTube and watched it. And I believe that there was a grave misunderstanding and mistake made between some correspondence between Jack Kozak and myself. Jack came to me one day when I was at the transfer station. He asked me if an applicant had come before the planning board yet. I said, no, they have not. Jack said, well, they're coming to see us before they see the planning board to get a variance. I replied to Jack, well, that only makes sense if they know they need the variance ahead of time, so that they wouldn't have to go back and forth between the boards. Jack questioned that, thinking that they needed to go to the planning board first. I told him I would double check with Jen Rowden, who was our circuit rider for the planning board. Jen confirmed what I had said and said not only is it legal, but it only makes common sense. She said the ZBA board, if they found it right to grant the variance, would just give it a condition of approval upon the planning board accepting the plans. That is what I had said to Jack. I said, however, if you, meaning the ZBA, do not grant the variance, then there is no need for the applicant to come forth to the planning board because there is nothing that we will be able to do for them. I have later found out that he had the same identical conversation with Tricia McCarthy. Tricia told Jack the exact same thing that I had relayed to him as it concerned the applicant. Furthermore, the last communication I had with Jack Kozak via the telephone, according to my phone records, is dated July 9th, and it happened at 1:22 in the afternoon, and the phone call lasted 2 minutes. So Jack must have confused a phone call he received the week he was away somehow with our last conversation. And I will end it with that.
So that's not what he was concerned
I
about.
will end it with that.
Well, that's okay, you can end it with that, but that's really not Jack's concern. Jack's concern was that he got a call stating that the board told him to vote a certain way in that hearing. And the board was never, I never got asked for it. The board shouldn't be involved in that. That's the problem.
What board, he didn't come in front of the board
No, he
asking.
didn't come, he was on vacation, got a phone call, says from Mr. Marchand, telling him that the Board of Selectmen wanted him to vote a certain way with this resident, that we wanted them to grant the variance. And that's what he was taken by. This was a phone call between him and,
But the board never discussed
I
this.
know, that's why I said
'cause-
it. So Jack was brought to tears that night, and I pulled him aside and talked to him. And I said, are you telling me that he said the board, or are you saying that he thought you should? And he said, no, he said the board wants him to vote that way, which is why he recused himself from the hearing that night, because he felt that he had been compromised.
Well, I think,
Honestly, I think we need to cut ties from Board of Selectmen to ZBA to, because now if this resident wants to come to the board, we're not gonna be able to even be impartial about it.
Well, it couldn't come to us anyways.
Well, if they deny it and he wants to
Still
appeal
doesn't
it.
matter, it's not gonna come to us. We're not a land board, that's not our thing. I obviously wasn't there for any of it.
Right, I wasn't either. I was only there for Jack at the
And-
meeting.
It quite honestly sounds like a he said, she said thing right now. I mean, on the face of it, the board never discussed anything.
Right,
So I can faithfully say that because I have no idea what this is even about, right?
and I know that too. I never got talked about this. I know I didn't have a part of it.
So I don't think it's something that we need to act on.
No?
There's already separation between the two. There is. You're the liaison there, right?
Right, which I don't involve myself in the meetings. I literally do Zoom and.
And that's
Right.
perfect. Like, that's fine. That's what a liaison should be, right? Come back to us and tell us, what transpired or whatever, something that we need to be know about. That's perfect. That's what it's
Exactly.
for. He's the ex officio for planning. That's by law.
Right.
That he does that.
I'm just thinking maybe we want to step back from even talking to the chair of ZBA as a board or as a single member. Maybe we don't even talk to the board, just so that this confusion doesn't happen again. Because there's really no need for us to involve ourselves with the ZBA.
And I agree that to a point, but right now, without that position being filled, everybody's kind of trying to fill it, right? So everybody's helping.
Right.
I do understand where you're.
I get over there helping.
So,
I get that, and I understand where you're coming from, and I understand, Bob does a lot to help, and that's what he's attempting to do, right, by calling Jen and stuff like that. But maybe in the future, we have Jen send the email to Jack and be like, hey, one of the selectmen asked me about this, and this is my recommendation. You know what I mean? And then that would insulate it a little bit more. I understand your point of view, but he's gonna go to this guy when he's at the transfer station. You know what I mean? Like, we're not just gonna be able to stop it.
Other stuff, I just saying
That's all I'm
ZBA.
saying.
Yeah.
And
Joe, no specifics were discussed. It was the simple discussion of going before one board before the other. That's all the discussion was.
Well,
Because
we'll never
I
know,
would
so.
never go into a discussion because you can't until the applicant is before you, because it's illegal.
I mean, there's other stuff going on anyways.
Right.
But I think, I do agree with the insulation a little bit. I think, Bob, that if you have something like that, almost ask Jen to do that for you.
We have
Okay.
numerous times.
And I'm fine with it. Like I said, I think it's a major he said, she said thing at this point.
Right.
Like, I don't even know if it was denied or approved. I have no idea.
It's nothing yet.
Nothing happened yet, so.
No, because we still need to, we got to find files back there.
Okay,
Well, not we, but Tricia, I think, is working on it.
okay. But yeah, Mike, did you have something I saw you stick your hand up while I was talking and.
So at some point in time, we're gonna go into non-public. And this is where I think we need to hash out what the role of a liaison really is.
Sure.
Is that? No.
No, that would be in public, actually.
Right, it's a public. We're exempt from the
Then
non-public.
we are gonna have a discussion in public of what the liaison role really is.
Yeah,
And it's not just because of this board, previous boards that I've been on,
yeah.
where selectmen have decided to go in and try to run departments
Right, exactly.
that may or may not have to carry badges and guns and fire hoses, and I don't want that crap anymore.
No. And that's 100% agreed. And I think Joe gets that as the liaison to ZBA, that he's just there to observe and then come back and tell us.
Listening, I heard, I ran Zoom,
I'm
and how
just-
was that?
And I'm not 100, you know, that was my first thing as a selectman. What did I do? I made that motion to get rid of liaisons because it had gone in the completely wrong direction.
Yep, okay.
I agree with that. I'm not,
I'm not
I'm
gonna
not
try to
even in
blow this
favor of-
meeting up tonight, but let's put time aside in the
Yeah,
future.
That's fine, we can do that.
Okay.
But Joe, I think you're doing what you should be doing as a liaison, going there, observing, and then, and if the ZBA says, hey, we should really talk to the selectmen about this, you can then speak to it, or you can say, I'll bring it to the select board at the next meeting, right?
Yeah.
That's the point, to liaise.
Oh, and I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. Don't take it that way. I just want to make sure we don't go down this.
I don't want to go down that road.
No.
Really, we don't want to do it with any of the departments, right? Let all the departments run their
That's
business,
the
and that's
point.
that.
That's
Right.
what we want.
You run a department, that's what you got hired for.
Exactly. So, all right, we're gonna go into non-public.
Yeah, I can move to enter into non-public session, RSA 91A:3A, dismissal of a public employee, and I, consideration of legal advice.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye.
Roll call.
Oh, roll call for non-public. Go ahead, Mike.
Mike Conley, aye.
Joe,
Aye.
Dan,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.